All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are tackling the one question that seems to trip everyone up. How do you actually go from zero to earning your first real money online? Forget the fluff. We're going to break down a clear, proven strategy that you can literally start using the second this is over. So let's dive in.
First things first, let's get one thing straight. The whole goal here isn't to get rich by next Tuesday. Nope. The biggest wall you're ever going to face, the one that stops almost everybody, isn't making $1,000. It's making your first 10. Seriously, that first hurdle, it feels impossible. But once you're over it, it's a total game changer.
And that leads us to the real question, right? It's one thing to watch videos and get hyped up, but how do you actually, physically click a button and see money appear in your accounts? That's what this is all about. This is the answer to that one single crucial question. Now, before we even talk about specific tactics, we have to get our heads straight. You need to understand this core principle. You do not need money to start this. What you need are two other things you already have: your time and your ability to be consistent. Putting in the effort, day after day, even when it's small, that's the real investment here. Okay, with that mindset locked in, let's get to the fun part. Section 1 is all about the fastest, most direct path to getting a result. We need to build some momentum and, more importantly, prove to yourself that this stuff actually works.
So your first mission is super simple. Get paid for a skill. And the method we're going to use to do that is freelancing. Why? Because it's the absolute straightest line between having a skill and getting paid for it. There's no waiting around to build an audience or create a product. You just need one person to say yes.
And right now, you're probably thinking, yeah, but what skill? Look at this list. The key is to pick something that's in high demand but doesn't take years to learn. You don't need a fancy degree to edit a TikTok video or design a decent thumbnail. You can learn the basics of any of these skills this week on YouTube for free.
So, you've picked a skill. What's next? It really just boils down to these two super simple steps. First, you've got to create 2 or 3 little samples of your work. Don't just tell people you're a video editor, show them. And second, you start reaching out. The key here is volume. It's a numbers game. 20 to 30 people every single day.
And you don't need to be some master salesperson either. Just look at this pitch. It's so simple. It gets straight to the point, it offers obvious value, and this is the best part. It takes away all the risk for them by offering something for free. This is how you start a real conversation without being pushy or weird. Great. So freelancing gets that first bit of cash in your pocket. It's huge for your confidence. But we're not just here for a quick buck, right? Let's move on to section 2 and talk about how we turn this into a real, sustainable, long-term engine for making money. This slide here, this is the bigger picture. Things like creating content, making digital products, affiliate marketing, these are incredibly powerful, but they take time. So don't think of these as things to do instead of freelancing. Think of them as the next layers you're going to build right on top of it. And that brings us to the most important part of this whole thing. We're not just going to throw a list of options at you and wish you good luck. No, we are going to put the quick win and the long-term vision together into one single powerful strategy that flat out works. The whole strategy kicks off exactly where we started. Part 1 is freelancing. This is your engine for quick cash. It pays the bills, it funds the whole journey, and honestly, most importantly, it proves that your skill is actually worth something to someone. Okay, so while you're freelancing and actually making money, you start on part 2, creating content. You're not just doing the work anymore, you're showing the work. You post about what you're learning, your process, the results you get for clients. This is how you start building a name for yourself and attracting an audience. And then, once you have an audience that knows, likes, and trusts you, you roll out part 3, a digital product. This is where you package up your skill into something that can be sold over and over again. A little ebook, a set of templates, a mini course. This is how you create an income stream that isn't directly tied to your time. You see how this all works together? It's like a perfect feedback loop. Freelancing gives you the cash and the proof. Your content uses that proof to build an audience. And then your digital product serves that audience, creating income that can grow and grow. Each piece makes the other pieces stronger. It's a beautiful thing. So what does this actually look like when it comes to money? Well, here's a realistic timeline. And I want you to notice, it starts small. Your first week or two, you might only make $50, if that. But if you stay consistent, that can easily grow to hundreds and then thousands in just a couple of months. Okay, we've gone over the strategy, the mindset, and what's possible. Now for the most important section of all. No more theory. This is a direct, no excuses action plan for you to start this week. To win, you just have to know the rules of the game. On the left, these are the winning moves. Pick one skill, message people every day, start before you feel 100% ready, and just stay consistent. And on the right, these are the traps. These are the reasons 99% of people quit. Avoid these like the plague. This is it, your mission briefing. No more watching videos, no more research. Today, you're going to pick one skill and make 2 simple demo projects. Then, for the next 7 days straight, you're going to message 20 people and post 1 piece of content about your skill every single day. That is the entire plan. So look, the blueprint is all laid out for you. Every single step is clear. The only thing left in this whole equation is you. You have the plan. What's your first move?